friends, welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at a few more bad parents. Now here we take a look at the bones, the skeletons of public figures to help crack and crumble these illusions they've cast upon us and lift the veil and the scales from our eyes. Please do not show hate to anyone, anywhere, for any reason. We do not know these people, therefore we definitely do not hate them. Now, another tragic tale etched into our brains forever. Now, this horrific murder allegedly took place on freaking Christmas, 1996. How horrible. Traumatizing the whole nation. Now, I think we should dub this the case of the Swiss cheese because it's full of holes. Even when I was a kid, this story made 0 sense to me. Now, I really don't like breaking down children, but we're going to have to look at some of her photos to do this properly. Now, she's obviously a very beautiful little human, and she was thrust into the world of pageants. Here she is with her parents and brother, and wow, that mom has a large squared skull, wide set eyes. Look at that dad's upside down egg-shaped skull with that large flat forehead. The brother also has that upside down egg-shaped skull. Oh, and notice the checkered print for duality. And you might just be thinking that's a coincidence, but let's keep going. Here's the mother when she was younger, and she also competed in beauty pageants with her squared skull, wide set eyes, and long clavicle bone going on. So here's the mother with the coat hanger like clavicle bones across the chest, long straight arms hanging straight down by her sides. She is liney. She is knees punching forward like a toy soldier. And we can almost see something that's not supposed to be there. Now this is interesting. Here she is with her brother with that upside down egg-shaped skull, close-up features, and they are holding 2 bunny rabbits. When I think of bunnies, I think of Playboy bunnies. When I think of Playboy bunnies, I think of programming, because they create alters within people where they will act like animals, and animals can denote your level of programming. Here she is in a red and white polka dot dress. Now, my buddy, Prince Simon Woods, who has a YouTube channel, he says that polka dots indicate, sad, me. Get it? So here are some more polka dots. This infamous pose that we see so often. Kind of just a larger skull. She's definitely looks like a little doll, but it's also the black and white for duality. So she has a large skull with an angular jaw, super deep set eyes, straight spine, and even a large foot in my opinion. Also a high set calf muscle. Her legs really look beat up right here, and for them to be taking such professional pictures, it just seems odd. But that pose we're so used to seeing. She does have long arms and that large skull and deep set eyes. So unfortunately, she does have a blockier skull. She has large ears, deep set eyes. It's just, picture her without the makeup. So this is definitely some slight symbolism. What? I'm not sure. Is it the slight one eye? Is she showing that ring because it's an emerald and that's her level of programming? Because they do use jewels to denote one's status in that, like they do with the animals and other things. And again, with the large ears and wide set eyes. Here she is with another contestant, and they both have boyish-like legs, in my opinion, both with the large, blocky skulls. And I'm going to say this is prevalent in this business. Even a girl I went to school with who was a part of it, I now realize is one of them. Also, the long, straight arms. This is just wild to me. My goodness. Here she is looking so adorable, but she is knees punching forward like a toy soldier with plenty of spacing. Wow, holy moly. Look, she has extremely long arms. And here's a similar photo that her mother did. Now here's her parents walking. The mother is knees punching forward like a toy soldier, broad squared shoulders, blocky skull. She is liney. Then the father has that knee is swinging out for the inline football, the crisscross applesauce, arms hanging akimbo out and around the hips with the more upside down egg-shaped skull. So here are the parents during one of their interviews with that light bulbing going on, that upside down Eggy. She's got that square blocky jaw, and notice the apple that came from Eve, or at least the necktie area. Now here's the brother with Dr. Phil, and he's got that crisscross applesauce inline footfall. Now the autopsy report says there was XUL assault. It says that her girly areas had been wiped clean. Well, we know this is not true, okay? So this makes, to me, one lie like that makes the whole thing false. This is why it's so important to understand this inversion that is going on. As I've talked about before, they harness our negative emotions. It's loosh harvesting, okay? Where attention goes, energy flows, and they're there to suck it up. And this is spiritual, guys. So many believe that she turned out to be her, and they do look quite similar. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because I'm telling you, many people believe that they are the same person. And to be such an integral part of energy harvesting, you think you definitely get a boost up in your career. So just for funsies, let's take a look at a few pictures of her. She loves to denote her duality. Wow, she's one tough looking broad. Thick sternocleidomastoid, blocky skull, straight arms, no hips, liney, squared skull. Look at that necktie area. High set belly button. Straight spine. Woo, look at that straight spine. Looks like my son's back. Marching along like a little toy soldier, plenty of space between the two walking sticks. Woo, at that toy soldier gait. Straight arms. Uh-oh, peekaboo, I see something that shouldn't be there. Oh, back again. What is that? What is going on? Do you see what I see? Whew, look at that coat hanger across the chest. Do you guys remember Susan Smith, the lady who had allegedly drowned her 3 sons? How terrible. Squared shoulders, skull sloping backwards, really long neck. Here's the husband with the upside down egg-shaped skull. Close set features. Teeny tiny ears, upside down eggy, close set features. Look at the skull differences. Okay, strong, angular, blocky skull, no jawline. Susan Smith's ex-husband recounts the moment she admitted to unaliving their children. I mean, this stuff is absolutely terrible, guys. Here she is in cuffs, knees punching forward like a toy soldier. Ooh, look at that jawline. Blocky, angular skull. I'm not buying it. These people seem to age well in prison. Is that even the same person? The skull looks different. Now, if you haven't been doing this a while, it might be hard to tell, but he is crisscross applesaucing and she is knees punching forward. There's spacing between the 2 walking sticks. He has the angled femur. Teeny tiny little hands. Do you guys remember Megan Boswell from a few years back? Her little toddler, Evelyn, was missing in Tennessee. They searched and they couldn't find her and they couldn't get straight answers. They eventually found the poor little girl hidden in a trash can on her father's property. Absolutely horrific. Squared, blocky skull, deep set eyes, piercing gaze. Long, straight arms, large hands, a little bit of that duper's delight. Here she is, knees punching forward like a toy soldier. Who would believe it? And how perfect with the black and white stripes. Now here's the mother with the squared, blocky skull, wide set eyes, and the boyfriend with that more upside down egg-shaped skull. He's got a bit of the light bulbing going on, that large flat forehead, super close set features, likely fake tats. Now, who would believe it? Megan Boswell sentenced to an additional 33 years in prison. Masonic hoax code. Will serve the sentence consecutive to her life sentence for unaliving her baby and discarding her in the trash. Wow, that is just sick. And it's so frustrating they're doing this to us. And it's all utter rubbish in my personal opinion. So we've really got to wake up. This is so important to learn this stuff. But just remember, you don't need to believe me because I'm just a silly lady on the internet that says, bones don't lie, people do. Bye.